Alright, we are back. So I have been thinking about my Deathwalker a little bit. One thing that I noticed, Cleaving Axe is a two-handed weapon, not a one. So I cannot use that. I can't use it with the heavy sword. I don't know, maybe I would want to use it, but I mean, I feel like heavy sword is generally going to be better. Maybe we'll try just using the Cleaving Axe in this scenario. I don't know. But yeah, that's a bit of a mistake. I do really want the Battle Axe, so I think I'm going to try to get up to 20 gold to get the Battle Axe. And then I also, you know, I was saying when I first made the character and I was picking the level 2 card that I always do Restless Spirits, and I do always do Restless Spirits. I want to try Deepening Despair. I think level 3 I'm going to keep the same. I can definitely see this bottom of Moving All Shadows 3. I can definitely see that pairing really well with Deepening Despair. But what can I say? I like Ritual Sacrifice. So given that I'm adding this 11, I think I'm going to take out the 14. This is a good card. Like, wounding things is definitely really, really good. I do have Wound in my party already through Shuck, though, so maybe it's not the most necessary thing in the world. I'm losing Moving a Shadow for 4, so I think I need Dark Fog. And then I really, really, really want to try to do some Strengthen the Abyss shenanigans. So I think that means Lingering Rot. The only problem is that, like, I really like Wave of Anguish top. And Strength of the Abyss has anti-synergy with Wave of Anguish top, right? Because, like, Strength of the Abyss, you want to play it with Strength of the Abyss and Call to the Abyss and get a shadow every round, and sometimes 2. And, like, Wave of Anguish, you obviously want to have 5 shadows. And so if you're eating your shadow every round, that's not happening, right? But I want to try it, so I think I'll take out Lingering Rot. That is 11 cards. Call of Doom is, like, almost actually a little bit interesting for the top, just if I'm trying to get extra shadows out. Because, like, say there is a group of, like, 3 monsters and a couple of them only have 1 health. Well, Call of Doom is a really, really easy way to kill one of them with an advantaged attack and then, like, also mark a different target. But I just don't think I have enough cards for that. Like, just every single Deathwalker card is way too good. So I think I'm going to go... I want to work towards retiring Coral, because I'm going to be level 9 this next scenario. So I'm going to play a scenario that has a lot of wood. And I also need to play this scenario, the Raven's Roost, in order to retire Coral. That was the reason I played the Frozen Fjord a couple levels ago. So I think I'm going to go here to the Raven's Roost. Yeah, it's got 5 wood in here, so this will be a good level for that. Let's get the road event. I think this is the final summer road. We get... Someone is looking for the mayor. A tall harrower is looking for the mayor. That does not sound good, so let's do option B, point away from Frosthaven. And it does nothing. And let's take a look. I have played this one before, but it's been a really long time. Almost a year. The scenario is complete when the Raven's Nest A is destroyed. At the end of that round, read a thing. Each character gains wound. Trap is immune to scenario effects, but I will need to get rid of these wounds. Man, I really don't have healing in my party. I could change one of my Coral Tides to have a heal to get rid of the wound. I could bring Rest in Shade for the Move All Shadows 6, but I don't really like that. So maybe I'll just Stamina Potion Honey Pot. That would be a way to heal. This really doesn't feel... This feels more like an Eclipse scenario to me than a Call to the Abyss. because all of these guys are pretty tanky and they're not high numbers enemies. So you really, in a scenario like this, it's really a lot better to play Eclipse top. So I guess that's what I'll do. At the start of each round, place one numbered token on each frozen corpse. If a frozen corpse suffers damage, remove its numbered token. At the end of each round, each frozen corpse with a numbered token is replaced by an elite Strike Fiend with no damage or conditions. These Strike Fiends do not act until the following round. Okay. That's fine. So I can move to and retaliate, because it just says suffer damage, not get attacked, right? If a frozen corpse suffers damage, does not say suffer damage from an attack, remove its numbered token. So I can just move forward to and retaliate. So Chaotic Refraction with, like, Smashing Torrent. Let's get a challenge. Whenever you reveal a -2, treat it as a crit. Each time any enemy causes a character to suffer damage, another one suffers 1. We've got Strike Fiends in this scenario, so that sounds really bad. If they make everybody in range suffer 2, then that's basically like making everybody in range suffer 3. So that would be pretty bad. So let's take this bonus crit, which is also bad, but I do have a crit helmet, so that would ignore that. On to Trap. And Deathwalker. On Trap, kill 2 enemies in the same round, never gonna happen. Perform an ability targeting an ally, and then kill an enemy and loot its hex in the same turn. Possible. Never perform a basic action. I think I do a lot of basic move 2s on Deathwalker. Yeah, almost none of these cards actually say move. Only Ritual Sacrifice and Wave of Anguish say move on them, and Eclipse. So I would only be able to move with those 3 cards. That does not feel like a good play. Well, I would be able to teleport too, but never exit a hex adjacent to an enemy except through forced movement. We'll go for that. I'm probably not planning to be at range very much in this scenario, but you never know, right? So I'm going to start with Eclipse and Call to the Abyss, just to get out a lot of shadows. And then next turn, I'll just, like, Ritual Sacrifice with Wave of Anguish or something to hit somebody really hard. Turn 1, I already did I'm going to move 2 and set my Sharp Chitin. And then I've got this trap that I could mess with. Do I want to Unavoidable Outcome on it? Like, it's not over here with my 2 damage trap. If I do blow up this trap with trap, then Coral can move 3, and then these guys just need to move 1 to reach. So I think I like playing Unavoidable Outcome. Maybe I'll just, like... Oh, let's Honeypot. Let's Honeypot, right? Because I need to place a heal trap to get the wound off. Ooh. Ooh. And we get a cone attack. Okay. This makes it harder. I guess I'm just going to have to let one of them... I guess I'm going to have to let this guy become... What I'm thinking is I move here on trap. I place a heal trap right here. I Unavoidable Outcome into this guy. And then I move Coral 3. And these 2 guys don't see any extra focuses, so there's no reason for them to back up. So they would hit and they would get retaliated on. This guy would suffer the trap damage. This guy won't suffer anything, though, because he would just come here and hit trap. Is there any way... No, there's no way for me to... Because even if I move 3 on the honeypot to go here, he can still hit both of us from here. What if I move 4? I think that would actually work. But if I do that, then I'm not in range to hit with the... Dang. Is there any way if I come down here and Coral's right here, this guy would have to go here. This guy would have to go... This guy would go here. If I'm here and here, there's no other hex from which this guy could hit the both of us. Because it would just be here and here would be the 2 hexes that they could hit here and here with their triangle. Man, this has been... 1, 2, 3, 4. A tragic start? Wait, but what if I go 1, 2, 3, 4? There we go. I found it. I found it. So I move 4 and I make a 2 health heal trap using honeypot. Then I unavoidable outcome this guy right here. So attack for 2. And it misses. But it will still trigger the trap. So he suffers 8. And now he has suffered damage, so he doesn't get to turn into an elite Shrike Fiend. That's just absurd. And then Coral suffers from the wound. Will move 1, 2, 3 and heal. Needs to use the boots to move 3. And then we'll just set Chaotic Refraction. So I have a shield and retaliate. Now, when they go... Which is now. Guy number 2, he can hit both. So he'll hit Coral. I've got 1 shield, so I'll just take 1. He takes 2 retaliate. Guy number 3 can... Oh, and then guy number 2 hits Trap. And Trap takes 4. That's more damage than I wanted, but... let's take 1 damage from that. Then guy number 3 will hit Coral and then Trap. So Coral takes 2... And then Trap will use this and take none. Then guy number 5 goes 1, 2. And he will attack Coral for 3. Coral takes 1. And then he'll attack Trap for 3. And Trap takes 3. And then this guy, can this guy hit both? This guy can hit both. He just moves 2 to hit both. So he'll attack Coral for 3. Coral will take 3. And then Trap will take 3. So I had to take a lot of damage. But I was able to disallow their whole murder you thing. Turn into Shrike Fiends. Which would have been the worst case scenario, I think. And then I just make a bunch of shadows. So we're done with this round. I do need to damage all of them again, though. I do have Overwhelming Wave to just hit these 3 for 3. I mean, what is to complain about there? Never exit a hex adjacent to an enemy. Haven't done that. Kill an enemy and pick up its loot. Is there any downside to Overwhelming Wave? I would like to just not take damage. Let's Sharp Chitin and Overwhelming Wave bottom, I think. And then this way, next turn, I can, like, Shuck. Shuck and Skitter and Death on all sides, I think sounds really good here. So, maybe I will just stop for a turn in Proficient Hunter. Another option, though, would be to just place the Regenerate Trap for Deathwalker. And I kind of like that. So if I'm going to do that, maybe I'll just make some Dangerous Ground traps. And then Deathwalker, I don't think it really matters if I go fast or slow, but I like Ritual Sacrifice with Wave of Anguish. Move 2, move my shadows, and then attack this guy for 7. But I'm not necessarily killing. So let's go slow so that he'll take some retaliate damage, right? And he won't take retaliate damage, but this is totally cool for me. Coral's fastest, so all 4 of them are just going to brittle immobilize Coral. I don't mind that at all. And then now it's Coral. So let's set Sharp Chitin and Overwhelming Wave. Yeah. That's very good for me. Then I can move and make a Regenerate Trap. So let's move here and make a Regenerate Trap right there. And then I can just make 2 3-damage traps, and I guess I'll make them right here. So maybe I'd rather be here, and then this way I can pull this guy through the 2 3-damage traps. And then I didn't make them suffer. None of them suffered any damage. And so now I get 3 Elite Strike Fiends. They didn't suffer since they didn't retaliate. I can... Okay. Let's change this play a little bit. Like I said initially, I'll do the Overwhelming Wave top. And then I did have Light at the start of the turn, so I'll go ahead and do the Sharp Chitin. All adjacent enemies suffer 1. And that solves that issue, right? Now they've all suffered 1. And then I'll just hit these 3 targets with Overwhelming Wave. So top, on the right, did not do a Tide, and on the bottom. Okay, so I get 2, 2, 2, 2. Guy number 5 gets disarmed. And then Trap moves here and makes these traps. Then Deathwalker will suffer from the wound, gain Regenerate, move here. This was with Wave of Anguish. Or no, yeah, Wave of Anguish. So move 2, move all, Shadows 2. And then now I will attack this guy for 7. 3 + 1 for each shadow adjacent or in the hex occupied by him. I'll attack for 7, and I'll get a +1. Hey, there we go. And he dies. Okay. And we avoided disaster. I didn't get to play 3 cards. Or I won't get to play 3 cards, but it's probably not that big a deal. I can Sodden Soil, and I can Death on all sides, and that'll be fine. And maybe over here, I just go ahead and Exploding Decoy. Let's see. I would love... Well, they have to attack this round, right? They have to attack, because all of their other cards attack. So this guy has to be hitting Coral this round. So I can go ahead and just Persistent Pitfalls, I think. And just turn this into a better trap. And then next turn I Exploding Decoy and pull this guy in. And then I'm happy, right? Oh. And on Deathwalker, I mean, I can do anything here. I could Fluid Knight. I don't necessarily want to use a shadow. I could just Strengthen the Abyss, this guy. I mean, that feels good. I don't see any reason to not do that, right? So let's just go slow, walk up and hit him. They are attacking here. So Coral, or Trap, is first. I'll turn this into a 6 damage stun trap. And then, I mean, I guess I could combine them with Dismantle. I don't know if it really does anything for me. But now it's a 9 damage stun trap. And then Coral So I need to make sure everybody suffers. So I really need to not miss. Oh, well, these guys are going to get retaliated on, right? So let's attack for 3 with wound to the guy on top who's disarmed, since he won't get retaliated on. And he takes 1 and a wound. And then I get another attack for 3 with death on all sides. Let's target guy in the middle. Ooh, okay, nice. So I pierce, so he takes 3. And then I get an add target, so we'll hit on the bottom. And I pierce again, and he takes 3. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now this guy, he probably doesn't die to the pole, does he? Because it's just 9 damage stun. Oh, wait, yes he does, because he attacks for, whatever it's called. So I'll take the regenerate heal first, and I'll just step, let's step around like this. And this way I never entered the hex next to him, but I didn't pick up the loot, because I want Coral to pick up the loot. And then attack for 5, because I've got 4 shadows on the map. 5 minus 1 minus 2, he takes 2. And then he suffers from the wound. He's disarmed, so he does nothing. These 2 guys will both hit Coral, who I'm just now realizing is brittled. I don't know how I'm just now realizing that, but I did not heal, so attack for 5. I've got 1 shield. Ooh, I've still got this. Beautiful. So the attack for 5, it would deal 5, but I've got 1 shield, so it does 4. I've got tower shield, so it does 2, and then it brittles, and I take 4. And that was this guy. And then on the bottom, attack for 5. It'll deal 6. But I'm alive. So this is a ranged attack, because it does have range in it. So it would be disadvantage on this guy. Makes me kind of not want to hit him. I don't really want to eat a Shadow with Fluid Knight, not yet. It seems a little premature. So I guess I'll just attack for 3. Or I could hit 2 targets. There's no Dark, though. I would rather have Dark if I'm going to be using Forceful Spirits, right? So just Shadow Step and maybe move my shadows. Over here, I'm definitely just Exploding Decoy. That always kills this guy. And then on the crab, I wish I could, like, shuck or something. I just didn't have, like, the time to play my tides. Okay, Deathwalker is going to regenerate and then attack for 3, and it'll deal 2. And then I can move my shadows closer to the door for whatever it's worth. Coral, Trap. Trap will attack here for 2. Doesn't matter. The guy takes no damage, but he gets pulled into the 9 damage stun trap and dies. And then these guys have no way of hitting 2 targets. Oh, but this guy's going to hit Deathwalker. I guess that's not too big of a deal. It's only an attack for 5, and he is wounded. None of them have any way of hitting 2 targets. I kind of don't want Coral to get this dominated, though. Let's do the Frenzy Potion into the guy on the right. Nice. I did do a tide, so it's 4-7 with Pierce 2 and Wound, and that just kills. And then finally, we get an attack into Deathwalker. It'll do a -1, so Deathwalker takes 4. Oh, totally forgot about the Cleaving Axe. I could have used that multiple times here. Oh well. Never an item I've had before, so. This guy's wounded, so he never has any possibility of getting out, which is nice. We'll just go slow and Cresting Force and try to get a loot 1 on Coral to pick up everything. Which means I've got Dark. Do I just attack at disadvantage? Like, the question becomes, do I want the experience or do I want 1 extra damage? Do I have any, like, better attacks? Yeah, Skitter's way better. So let's do Skitter with Cresting Force Bottom. He goes first, so he's gonna hit Deathwalker. It's attack for 3 at disadvantage, though, right? So it can't go too poorly. I think I'm gonna eat the Dark to get an experience. Is that my first experience? It might be. I think it is. Because I didn't play Black Barrage for the top. And then, yeah, Ritual Sacrifice doesn't give experience. Okay, let's just attack for 3 at disadvantage. And it does 1. And then he will attack Deathwalker at disadvantage. And we take the -1 rather than the -2, because the -2 is a crit. So Deathwalker takes 2, but Deathwalker survives. And then Coral will hit with Skitter. So consume the light, attack for 2. It has Pierce, but nothing else is buffing it up. But it does 3. And then I will loot 1. And I get 2 wood piles. So 3 remaining in the scenario, 2 more remaining in Coral's goal. Took a lot of damage in this room. But we managed to get through it without spawning any Strike Fiends. So I will take a win where I can get it. Now, this is an awkward position because I would really like to heal up, and I don't really have any healing characters. Which means I kind of want to get this Regenerate out. Is that stupid? Let's see. How can I heal up everybody? Maybe it's better to just Proficient Hunter and Honeypot, but I'm not getting a bunch of Honeypot heals. Maybe I'll Proficient Hunter bottom this turn, and then next turn I can just go ahead and I'll Stamina Potion back Proficient Hunter for the bottom again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stamina Potion doesn't get me any extra stamina, though, unless I use both, but then I only get 1 turn instead of 2. So I don't really want to play the Regenerate Trap. So I guess I'll Honeypot and Proficient Hunter. And then I believe both my other characters. Coral doesn't have to long rest this turn, but if it doesn't, what is it doing, right? I guess I could play 1 more Tide to get 1 more heal on Cleansing Swell. And maybe the health is important, so I'll do it. And then nothing with my top. Then Trap will do Proficient Hunter. Okay, I definitely am missing experience because I played the 3... I played the 2-3 traps. And I played Persistent Pitfalls. But then I played Unavoidable Outcome, and I played Exploding Decoy, and those don't give experience. And so I'll move 1, 2, and I'll make a 4 health heal trap. Deathwalker will heal 2. I want Dark Fog still. I want to keep Wave of Anguish. Wave of Anguish is good. Maybe... I mean, it's not really necessary, but maybe I could use the tunnel to teleport back to the back. I don't hate it. I definitely do not hate that idea. Let's get rid of Shadow Step. I don't need that. And now Now I long rest Coral. What is Deathwalker doing? I guess I just make one more shadow. It's kind of... It's not going to be in a great position, but it's like the only thing that I can really do right now. So make a shadow and I'll Forceful Spirits. Over on Trap, I can just build up a trap, right? Oh, I missed out on a 1 damage trap while I long rested. But I was long resting over here, so I could have made it here, so I can Persistent Pitfalls it now. Let's just put it back here just to make sure that it's in the right spot. And so I'll Persistent Pitfalls it. So maybe I'll just have... maybe I'll stall a little bit, and I'll just have Trap build up some pretty insane traps. Get to make another 2 damage trap here, and then I'll turn this into an 8 damage stun. Can't complain about that. Deathwalker will make a 5th shadow. And Coral will heal 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4. A card to lose. Cleansing Swell. Yeah. And then I can probably just build up for a big shuck, right? And just go and like one-shot the tree. Especially with Death on All Sides. I haven't gotten to do a shuck with Death on All Sides. That'll be crazy. I did heal up a little bit better than I thought I would. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build up for a couple turns on Crab. Then the turn before I go, I'm going to go ahead and just open the door on Trap. And then the turn before I go, I'm going to open the door on Trap. This way I can get a shadow relatively close with Deathwalker. And then I'll Deepening Despair, and I'll, like, attack with Strength of the Abyss or something. And I'm just going to go in with Coral, and I'm going to try to kill all of the enemies in the room. And then I'll finish with whatever I have onto the boss. And I'll make sure that Deathwalker is standing next to the boss so that I can get as many shucks with Death on All Sides proccing on top of it. And then these two will finish the rest of the scenario, and then Trap is just going to celebrate having a really big trap in the first room. I really wish I could start moving my shadows like towards the back of the room, because move 5 really probably won't be enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then a move 3 on top of it. Well, no, because it would just be 1, 2, 3. That's really not enough. So maybe I need to open the door 2 turns before. I would love to be able to get a Wave of Anguish onto the boss, but my shadows are just going to be really far away. Let's make a 3 and a 5. And Deathwalker is doing nothing. Did I back Deathwalker away from the last guy? No, because I did my Forceful Spirits attack at disadvantage so that I didn't back away from him. I don't know why I'm feeling like I messed up my battle goal of never walking away from him. Because I definitely did Forceful Spirits at disadvantage so that I wouldn't walk away from him. So that I wouldn't exit the Hex. Alright, we're still doing nothing, just saving Dark Fog. Maybe I just go ahead and open the door on Coral or on Trap here. I think that's fine. I just need to set as many tides as I can. Is it time to go next turn? Probably not. This next turn I can Sharp Chitin and Skitter, and then I go on the following turn with Drown Beneath the Waves, Shuck, and Cresting Force. So trap is just going to combine all of these. So we get 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 3 is 7, plus 5 is 12, plus 8 is 20, which will make a 22 damage stun trap with extra teeth. And then Deathwalker doesn't matter. And Coral will just set 3 ties. Then I really don't want a short rest trap, but I kind of have to, because I'm going to play Sharp Chitin with Skitter this turn, and then I Drown Beneath the Waves, Shuck, Cresting Force next turn. So I need to just go ahead and short rest here so that I can Dark Fog like 2 turns in a row. So, sorry, Trap. You gotta do what you gotta do. I just move 1, 2, 3, 4 to get right back where I am. I just lost Honeypot, so I guess I just move 3. It's fine. The next turn I can probably just back up and dismantle and attack for 22. That seems good enough. I really messed up the initiative on Deathwalker and Trap. How did I go at 62 and not 31? It's fine. I'll go at 60 and 52. Dumb. Let's set these and move 1, 2, 3 and open the door. Is that it? And I have traps. I did all of that prep. I built up for that long. The Raven Nest A has 3 times 3, 9, times 8 is 72 hit points. And Retaliate X range 10, where X is 7. Yeah, 7 divided by 3 rounded up, so 3. 2.3 rounds up to 3. So he's got Retaliate 3, range 10, and 72 health. It's an enemy to you and an ally to all monsters. At the start of the next round and each second round after that, spawn 1 Shrike Fiend at the Raven Nest. It is normal for 2 characters, elite each second spawning for 3, or elite for 4. So normal, elite, normal, elite, normal, elite. Starting next round and then every 2 rounds. Okay, so Trap moved 1, 2, 3. The Harrowers are not moving forward, so I'll just make a 3 and a 5 damage trap up here. And we're fine. Deathwalker, move a shadow for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, move 3 would not have been enough. And that's it. I already did Coral. So Deathwalker will just short rest. It's fine. Don't want to lose Dark Fog. Forceful Spirits is fine. I'll move the shadow for 5. Oh, I guess I can't really even attack out of it, can I? 1, 2. And then I can't teleport to it, so I need to do Deepening Despair to get there. Well, that's fine. We'll just move the shadow in range and then Deepening Despair next turn. And then I can Strength of the Abyss to attack and Okay. Yeah, I needed Rest and Shade to be playing, Deathwalker the way I did. It's just, like, this is kind of a rough scenario just because of how, like, tanky the enemies are. I don't know. Whatever. I messed it up. Not my best play. These guys didn't come forward, so I can't really combine traps. Oh, but I can do an extra teeth unavoidable outcome. Let's see. This is 8, 8 is 16. Plus 8 is 24. Plus 2 for extra teething makes it 26. So I can make a 26 damage trap and attack this guy with it. And they're just doing nothing. Okay, so Coral is going to eat the light and drown beneath the waves. So move. I've got Tidal Blast, and I have Skitter. I do have Skitter. So this is move 5, move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Attack for 7, 8. I don't have the death on all sides. That's why I was supposed to teleport over there. I forgot about it. Oh well. Attack for 8. It'll do 8. Then I've got move 6. Oh, I also moved to next to him, so he suffers 1, right? Then I'll move next to him again, and he'll suffer 1 again. And then I can Cresting Force, or I can Shuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's Shuck. So, move 4, attack for 2, attack for 5. All of the attacks will be attack for 5. Yeah, that's not that good. Okay, whatever. Attack for 5. It'll deal 10. 4 retaliate. Attack for 5. It'll roll, but it'll only deal 6. That was 2 shucks, so we'll do a third. And it'll kill. Then we come to this guy. Oh, I forgot about the suffer damage. Oh, well. Okay, so this is the 4th shuck. And it does 7. Move, and he suffers. And then this is the 5th. And he dies. And then move and suffer. I think I forgot retaliate on the normal. So I would take a 3 retaliate. This is the 6th shuck. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that sounds about right. The 6th shuck, it does 6 damage. Then the final shuck. Also, it would take 1 more. The final shuck. I did not do a tide, so it takes 6. And then Coral loses a card to not die to retaliate. And then I'll attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 from Tidal Blast. 9, 10, 11 from Power Potion. And the attack for 11 will just take the 12 damage, right? And then I do need to lose 2 cards from my discard, so I need to lose 2 tides. And I didn't quite destroy the boss, but I think I'm in good enough shape. This guy just stands here and does nothing. Trap will move 2. Let's double check the math on this. 8 plus 8 plus 8 is 24. Makes a 26 damage trap right here. So I move 2 onto the traps, combine them right there with extra teeth, and then unavoidable outcome. Attack for 3. It does 3. and then he suffers 26 damage. Oh, the shadow was not supposed to go with Coral. And then I move a shadow for 5. The start of the next round and each round after that, spawn 1 Strike Fiend at the Raven's Nest. It just says anywhere there, so let's just get a normal right here. Back behind it. Man, it'll take so long to get all those shadows over there. I should have moved them all for 2 that last round instead of moving this. Because a Wave of Anguish is probably my easiest way to finish. So yeah, let's move all of the shadows for 2 again. Coral, I'm just going to short rest. Yeah, it looks like I lost all the cards I need to. I just need to move 2, and then I need to move 3, so I just need to save Skitter. And then I'll rest, and I'll move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And just hopefully this gets me all the wood that I need. And trap, I guess I can work on, like, building up these traps. Range 3. This guy is in range to get Coral. Why did I go so slow? Dang. There's no way for him to not be in range to hit Coral, which is really bad. This probably means that Coral is not going to get its stuff. I don't know. We'll see. Trap moves 2. Strike Fiend, attack for 4. And I will block all 4. But then Coral is immobilized, so just does nothing on its turn. I guess I'll play Overwhelming Wave to play 3 cards next turn. Might as well, right? And then Deathwalker will move 2, move all shadows for 2. I should go back and get this trap, because this is a 22 damage trap, right? Oh well. I don't think it matters. I think... No, Deathwalker won't one-shot the thing. But I can long rest over there. On Deathwalker, I don't really want to long rest. But if I long rest, I can lose Strength of the Abyss. And then I can get all the cards that I want specifically. So I think I'm fine with that. Let's just play these cards. And long rest the other 2. Nice. I'm first, so I can just go all the way over here. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1. Because I played 2 bottoms and then a move top. So I can get there for sure. Then this guy goes 1, 2, 3. And he's not in range. Hey, I got wood. I just need 1 more. Maybe I can get lucky for once. And one of these next 2. Let's see, there are 15... I've gotten 3. So 2 of the remaining 15 are wood. Maybe I could stall it out long enough that enough Strike Fiends spawn, but probably not. Then my long rests happen. So I get a 3 damage stun trap. Not stun. Just 3 damage trap. And I get to move a shadow for 3. Over here... Lose Strength of the Abyss. Let's see, right here on trap, I just want to build up a little bit. So we'll do the Dangerous Gear, the Exploding Decoy, and the Dangerous Ground. And that'll be really good. On Deathwalker, 1, 2, 1, 2. So moving them all for 2 is just barely not going to be enough. This scenario is not going to be a very good example of why I really like Deathwalker. Let's just long rest crab. Okay, 5 range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I should have short rested. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So crab, attack for 4. Crab has 1 shield from long resting. Oh, and I've got this. Okay, cool. So crab takes 1 damage. And then trap, attack for 4, takes 6. So trap will take 1. Then I make a 2 damage trap where I'm standing, and a 5 and an 8 damage trap. And let's use the dangerous gear. So a 2, a 3, a 5, and a 3. So I guess I made these 2 traps first, right? And then I went here. And I didn't do the movement on Deathwalker. Or did I? No, I don't think I did. And then Coral gets to heal some. Don't need Overwhelming Wave. That will never accomplish anything here. I guess I can Skitter and Cresting Force. I guess I hope he gets the 9 speed, make everything suffer. I might have forgotten one of these guys. Yeah, I think I forgot one last turn. He was supposed to like move 2 or something. Just go ahead and Wave of Anguish. And then here I will just Extra Teeth. And then, so I'll step here and Extra Teeth to move it right here. And then the next turn I'll step 2 to Extra Teeth to move it right here. And then the next turn I'll step 2 and Extra Teeth to move it next to the tree. And finally hit the tree. We're going very slow, but we're making progress. Great. Range 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. So this guy's not in range, so I don't have to worry about him. Trap is just going to step forward 2 and combine these. So 3 times 3 is 9, plus 2 is 11, plus 5 is 16, plus 8 is 24. So I make a 26 damage trap. Right here. And then... trap is before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this guy gets to hit me, but it's only an attack for 3. And then this guy. And then he'll pull in Coral as well. Attack for 2. Coral will take 3. That's all they do, and then Deathwalker move 2, move all shadows 2. Oh, Coral. I can do the loot 1 first, and then move 1, 2, 3 with boots, with Skitter. Not the wood. Got one more chance for it, though. I can't lose on avoidable outcome, can I? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go lose this because I lose the wrong cards on long rest. Is that what's going to happen here? I can no longer attack the boss thing with my big traps. What was this? A 26 damage trap? So I one-shot this guy if I can get him into it. But that's actually hard to do now. I guess I'll just back up an exploding decoy. Okay, so I need to make sure I don't lose this now. I think I'm still fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, on all of those movements with Deathwalker, I moved her all the way back here. Because I can always just make a shadow with Call to the Abyss, and then Deepening Despair to get over there if I need to. I am going to long rest Deathwalker now, though, now that Trap got the wrong card lost. And I think I'm supposed to have another Strike Fiend by now. So Trap is just going to back up 2 and attack this guy and pull him, I guess. I don't know what else to do. He takes 1 and gets pulled in. Coral's just going to go here and loot wood. No. So, not quite a success story. These guys are all going to stand still, attack at 3 range. So, first into Trap. Is it crit or crit? That's funny. So, Trap gets crit. Loses a card, gets immobilized. Coral takes 4. And Coral can't tank that, so Coral is dead. Oh. I've got this. So Coral tanks 4. And then the other guys do nothing. Deathwalker gets to move a shadow. And we end the round. Then here I will drop... I guess I'll drop Black Barrage. I don't really need it since I've still got Dark Fog. And so I'll just go Dark Fog, Wave of Anguish, and then next turn I Deepening Despair with, like, Fluid Night. Oh, I need to make a shadow over here, right, to get over there. So I Call to the Abyss with Fluid Night, and then I Deepening Despair with Ritual Sacrifice. I believe both my other characters are dead. Oh, no, Trap gets 1 more turn, right? But has to go at 45. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, no, I could have lost the other card. So I'll go at 13. Yeah, it would have been fine either way. So I'll just attack with Unavoidable Outcome. It'll miss, but I used the Spyglass. So it'll deal 4. And then it'll deal 26. Unfortunately, though, I don't get to pick up the loot because I'm immobilized. So, that's unfortunate. Deathwalker will move this shadow in. I'm over 10 hexes away, so I don't get retaliated on. Get my second experience for the scenario. And I will attack for 30. That does 6. That does 12, so we're at 18. That does 6, we're at 24. That does 7, we're at 31. And then plus 7 is 38 damage. I'm almost done. Alright. And now the scenario is just over. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coral was able to long rest, right? Yeah. So Coral just dies. I don't have to have everybody survive. There's no way I do. Yeah, we're in there. This is easy at this point. 8 health left on the thing. So let's... Okay, yeah, this was Trap's final turn. That's fine. End the round. I probably get another elite now or something. Let's put it down here. Let's put it over here. On Deathwalker, I just make a shadow and attack with Fluid Night. So I'll make a shadow right here. I'll consume this one to attack with Fluid Night. So it's attack for 5. Good, it did not crit. And now I'll be able to get the chest next turn. Trap is already dead. I'll just short rest so that Trap is dead, right? So that the monsters all come towards. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then now I will just short rest to get back Fluid Night. And then Deepening Despair, Fluid Night. First they move 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll get hit once for 5. And I take 4. And then I'll attack with Fluid Night. Oops. Okay, good. I destroy the tree, and then Deepening Despair to go 1, 2, 3. That's it. Item 67. Ah, random side scenario. Not worth. I've played this one before. 186.5. Runes of Solstice 104. Oh, maybe I haven't. I don't remember it being a link. Alright, easy peasy. That was definitely not too bad. I mean, I had to do some dumb stuff to make it work, but we got there. Complete. Did not quite get all of the did not quite get all of the wood that I needed, but I'm only 1 short. I did hit level 9. I did not hit level 7. I do get 2 bonus experience. Oh, okay, yeah. So I had been forgetting about getting experience on the challenges. So this is Deathwalker's second challenge. So I get 2 more experience for that. Trap has done all of the challenges, which at this point, where do you put him? Right here. So 6. So Trap needs 12 more experience because I forgot the bonus experience. Still not enough, though. I'm a little bit short, but I'll be able to get Foxhole next time. I did not kill something and pick up its loot in the same turn. I did get Duelist. So I get my first Deathwalker battle goal. And we're done. This is the last week of summer, right? 183.3 is the Traveling Merchant. 47.1. If Uniting Crown is complete, it is not. Winter Outpost 70 to the Winter Outpost deck. And then I believe we are now on winter. No. So do we start winter at 57.3? Oh, that's when my Harvest Festival is? Okay, so yeah, we start winter now, right? I mean, it's got to be you start winter in the next week. I don't know how I've confused myself on this. I don't know what I'm misremembering. Let's take Tech 183.3. I thought that was the Traveling Merchant. It is. but nothing says like, hey, you started winter. So I guess we'll start winter next time. I don't know. A rockroot smoothie? Option B? Deathwalker's persuasive. Yeah. Morale, 10 collective gold, and a rockroot. Take that. Hey, there is morale 20. I think that's the first time. And so we get 2 prosperity, I believe. 2 prosperity. Place the statue campaign sticker on the town hall at location F. I don't know where that is. Hey, we got a statue. 2 prosperity. Take that for sure. And that finishes that. So that was the morale. Then I get 10 gold and a rock root. And then, well, let's do the next phase in order, right? So let's lose 12 gold, 5, and 0. Okay, let's just lose 4 gold then to get 2 wood. I think that probably sounds best. Then over here, let's sell the cleaving axe. And this will get me 6 gold. And I will buy the battle axe. And then battle axe will just be really good with Fluid Knight, especially if it'll be a scenario where I can play Strength to the Abyss for the bottom, to get a 2 target attack for 7. Like, pay 2 shadows, get a 2 target attack for 7, and then probably get 2 shadows out of it. Yes, please. Yes, please. So, that sounds really good to me. Unfortunately, I can't use it with Heavy Sword. It would be really nice to have Heavy Sword too, so that Fluid Knight is like always an attack for 6 and could be an attack for 8, but can't always get what you want, right? I don't think I need to do anything else here. I go down to 2 gold. And then let's level up. So I looked at these earlier. I'm really disappointed in High Tide. Now, obviously, I've never played it, so, I mean, maybe I'm just completely wrong. But basically, my understanding of this seems to be, like, you know, the dream, like, amazing turn scenario is you play, like, Drown Beneath the Waves with Shuck and High Tide, right? And, like, that's, like, an uber turn where you've got, like, 8 tides out. Do you need this move 8? Like, in what case do you really need this move 8? Like, yes, having a top move that could be, like, move 4, it's good. But we've literally got a level 1 card that does this just without the movement. I guess it's enhanceable as a level 9 card. So, thanks? It's like, it's the same initiative. So, top of High Tide is like, that's whatever. That's not that good. Then the bottom, you don't have to discard tides when you rest. Obviously really good. You probably want to bring down a couple so that you don't lose a ton of stamina, but I can definitely see leaving a few out, like Overwhelming Wave and maybe like Chaotic Refraction or something. But if you do this, then you can't get your armor back because you can't long rest. Like, not being able to long rest isn't just losing a random card. It's not getting your armor back. And so, like, you're going to take huge stamina hits for leaving up your tides. It's just, I don't see why you would ever take High Tide. Especially when Low Tide is as OP as it is. Like, 10 initiative, move 4. 10 initiative, move 4 solves a lot of Coral problems. But then on top of that, like, if you go for your really big Shuck, you can now play the loss of Shuck and, like, lose Overwhelming Wave, or maybe Chaotic Refraction, or maybe, like, Death on All Sides or something. And then, at the start of your second rest cycle, just play Low Tide. And then now you still have the pierce and the wound on every attack. And so, like, even though you lost these cards, you're not losing their effects. And so you've had to play, like, 2 to 3 lost cards to get to this point. But, like, now you never have any downtime, especially if you do Overwhelming Wave. You just never have any downtime with Low Tide. And then, like, the bottom on the first rest cycle, you can use as a move 4. I just don't see... And turn 1, you can use it as a move 4 shield, too. But then you don't get Overwhelming Wave out, which you probably want. But yeah, so Low Tide to me just sounds like significantly better. There's no way for me to get this water. Oh, maybe I should do Coral's. I should do Coral's solo scenario, and I could decline the item to finish out the perk deck. Because otherwise there's no way for me to finish it. I should do Coral's solo scenario. Maybe I could turn the solo scenario into a wood. The fact that I've gotten all the way to level 9 and not gotten a piece of wood is kind of crazy. Did I not get that? Still another one. Oh, okay. I just didn't read the thing. Gain into the Forest campaign sticker. That's what I needed. And I also get a feathered cloak. 69. Oh, somebody literally just commented about this item. When you suffer damage from an attack, consume wind to gain 3 shield for the attack. Would have been good on Snowflake, but no more. So, craftable. Yeah, I mean, with the party I have, I never have wind. That's probably decent in Astral. I need gold, so let's sell these for, what would this be? 17 gold. Did I have things to sell here? Not really. Those don't sell for very much. And then you just have heavy sword. Okay. That's fine. That is all done. I just need to build. And then we can get out of here. But I just hit Prosperity 5. So let's... and we just maxed out the morale. So let's double build. And we will double build the trading post and the craftsman. So 643... 433, so 1076, so 876 with the carpenter. 876, 8, 6, 7, 2 metal, 1 metal. Okay. Well, I'll take 1 metal from the carpenter instead of the wood, and then I'll lose a wood here. And that's fine. And we now get the trading post and the craftsman both leveled up. 2 prosperity, add these items, and read 38.3. 2 prosperity. Those items, and 38.3. Okay. Add these items and the Gloomhaven items. So, the craftables first. We get... For some reason here, I can't make them bigger. There we go. The Kite Shield. When you suffer damage from an attack, gain 1 shield and prevent any negative conditions from the attack. Really, really, really good for Coral. Really good for Coral. I just used all my resources, but I need to get wood in the next level, right? So, hopefully that'll happen. Shrapnel Bomb. This would be really good on Deathwalker. After your ranged attack, all enemies adjacent to the target suffer 2. But probably not the target. Really good. Volatile Boots. Up to once each turn during your move ability, add move +1 move, then flip this card over. Is it the same thing? Oh, is it that the backside? Oh, no, I just can't read. It's suffer damage. I saw like move and +1. Up to once each turn during your move ability, suffer 1 damage. So alternate between +1 move and +1 suffer, or suffer 1. An armor with no negative conditions or no negative attack modifiers to ward yourself. Maybe this would be better on trap than shield 3. With the way I am getting attacked, it probably is. And then I would get to take, is it 2 or 3 fewer -1s? 2 fewer -1s. And then we get the Deathproof Charm again to negate a damage. On the purchased items, during your turn, add 2 pull to all your ranged attacks. Where was this when I was playing Snowflake? This with like Stormwall to make Stormwall pull 2, push 2. It would be so good. Ooh, this is actually good on trap though. Oh, do I get rid of all my armor? That's so good on trap with dismantle or over unavoidable outcome. Well, maybe it's actually not that insane, because with those cards, I'm already proccing my trap, right? So I don't really need to... I don't really need the pull at that point if I'm playing dismantle or unavoidable outcome. So maybe it's not insane. Versatile dagger, when you use the basic attack top, it's attack 3 instead of 2. I mean, I guess that's good for Drifter, but I don't know if it's really... I don't know if there's anybody that's super speaks to in Frosthaven. Maybe there is that I'm just not thinking of. During your turn, consume any element to add +1 to all your attacks. Completely reusable. Really good on Deathwalker, I think. Maybe not really good on Deathwalker. Better on some other classes, but still good on Deathwalker. After move 4, heal 1. Not for any of my classes. Ooh, the better initiative boots. 20 initiative instead of 10. That's really nice. Wasn't studded leather like a tier 2 item in Gloomhaven? And now it's like way up there. I guess it's only tier 3 on the trading post, but you have to be prosperity 5. Mantle of Summoning, just a better version of the cloth robe things. The Warden's robes. Because it's for every attack for the round, but you have to be fast to get use out of it. Horned Helm would be insane on Coral on Shuck turns. Like, you have 1 move, you have Skitters +1 move, and Tidal Blasts +1 move, and Boots +1 move, and on every single Shuck, you get this is an extra power potion in your head slot, which is like not a thing. I think after you move 4 or more hexes on your turn, add +1 to your next melee attack this turn. So why would it not go on every single movement of Shuck? And then Heavy Bassinet. I guess you could bring this against Mind Snippers, because they have an 18 speed disarm and they've got to consume Dark to stun. So this would be pretty good against Mind Snippers. They also like muddle all the time. So yeah, this is like the anti-Mind Snipper item. We also have access to these. Not anything super amazing here. Warhammer is kind of interesting for like Wave of Anguish. Let's see. Stun Powder is like decent. Robes of Evocation. If I had like a lot of elements running around, which I don't anymore now that I don't have Snowflake, but this plus the staff for just super Waves of Anguish. Scrolls of Power to give to Trap to get super Waves of Anguish. Necklace of Teeth is pretty decent. This would not be bad on Coral, I think. Oh, we get a lot. Oh, we get all the rods. I don't think any of my characters care enough about elements to really care about the wands. Spike shell. This would be really good for coral. This is really good on everybody. Yeah, that's just really good. Sacrificial robes maybe would be slightly better than the element robes if I'm using the element wand. Dude, this is like the worst item in the game. I swear. I don't know why this got ported over. I guess the mountain hammer did too, and those items kind of correspond to each other. Staff of Summoning is really good. Although, there might be better summoning items in this game than there were. Alright, yeah, nothing else is really speaking out to me. But those shields are good. Alright, I should do Coral Solo Scenario next, I think. Now that I'm level 9. I have no idea what the item is. Alright, I'm out.